Welcome back to Rolling Loud LA Live. It's your boy Jacques Morel. I'm here with Prophet from the Black Music Action Coalition and political commentator Bakari Sellers.
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. How are you? Prophet, I need to know, how'd you rope Bakari into this?
Well, listen, man, I'll be honest with you. I've been a fan of Bakari's for a long time. I appreciate his voice. I appreciate his perspective. And, you know, the Black Music Action Coalition's whole mission is to utilize the power of music, the power of artists, to foster change. And so Bakari is one of those people that not just have a voice, but have some of the solutions. So it was important that we connected with him, man. And we outside.
What he didn't tell you is that he just DM'd me.
Oh, he just DM'd you?
Yeah.
A simple sliding in the DMs.
Yeah, I mean, that's how easy it is because he's somebody who, you know, although we don't intersect on a daily basis or a weekly basis or even a monthly basis, we should do better about that.
I agree.
But he's somebody who's like, I'm trying to do good, I want to do this. And I'm like, look, you know, I got a little space in my calendar, a little bit.
Yeah.
Hit my people up, we can make it happen, I'll be here. And this is, you know, to be in a space like this, I got a chance to see J. Cole last night.
Right?
You know, I'm flying out tonight, and my wife is happy about that, so.
Charlotte, right?
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
yo, J. Cole's North Carolina, you know?
J. Cole was the best performer, and I want you to know that the best performer tonight is either going to be Future or the Baby. So, I mean, it is Southern through
I
and
think
through.
I think Cardi might have. You should stick around for Playboy Cardi's set. Playboy Cardi might change your mind on
Well,
that.
we shall see. I don't know.
But we have to talk about, you were saying that Bakari has solutions to the questions that you're asking. So what are some of the questions you're asking? And Bakari, how could you solve these
Well, you know,
problems?
one of the things in terms of, you know, Bakari's he's a CNN commentator. He's been elected official, one of the youngest blacks the youngest black to be elected. And so he always came from a perspective from young people. And young people have always fostered every change, every revolution this country, this nation have ever experienced. So I would ask Bakari, like, you know, what is it that you feel from your perspective young people need to do, should do?
I think what Prophet said is 100, because every movement from change, for the gay rights movement, to the women's rights movement, to the civil rights movement, has all been led from people who are in these crowds right here. And the biggest problem we have is that Democrats and Republicans, regardless, don't come to events like this and meet people where they are. We don't talk to people who are like this. And so, you know, one of the things that I always tell folks, I'm from a small town. 3 stoplights and a blinking light. Denmark, South Carolina. Kids go to school where the heating and air don't work, where the infrastructure's falling apart. And I'm just an example. But I'm also somebody who understands you have a responsibility. So if you're able to make it out, you got to get back.
You got to make sure it's better than when you left.
No question. I mean, I'm gonna be a little bit sentimental here, but my father was shot February 8th, 1968, in the Orange Road Massacre. He was shot by law enforcement in a civil rights movement. It don't have to be. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a part of history. He ended up going to prison. He served time on death row because he was deemed to be an outside agitator. I mean, but this is who we are. I mean, we have to understand that the shoulders we stand upon, they're broad shoulders, and so it's. I mean, me and Prophet, I can't even remember where we met. Or how we met, but we like the same things. We like Atlanta. We like Atlanta strip clubs. We like to hang out in the streets. But we also like to make sure that we do better by people, right?
No, that is, and that's the latter is foremost in terms of the real mission and why I even connected with him, because to me, you know, politicians, I'm gonna keep it totally real with you, I'm not a fan, right? You know, I'm one of those guys that believe that the process isn't wrong, but sometimes the people representing the process is flawed, right? So when I found and see voices that actually penetrate beyond just the optics, I kind of gravitate towards that, and I seen that in Bakari. So I reached out to him a few years back, and we just started communicating and figured out that we knew a lot of the same people. So for me, when Rolling Loud, when me and Tariq decided to, partner with BMAC, you know, the board of directors, shout out to everybody on the board of BMAC. But when we decided to partner with this event, we wanted to make sure that we brought people to the table that young people need to hear from, that they can connect with, and that can actually help guide this energy that we experienced over a year and a half ago out in these streets.
But my question is, how are you also, when working with young people, you have to listen to them too, because whether they're 16 or 22, they themselves have agency and deserve to be heard out.
1,000%.
And how are you two, as older folks, right, trying to work with it?
What is it?
Yeah, hold on. No. Hold on.
Hold on.
No. Here's what we're not gonna do, right?
There?
I did. You could do the unk term. Yo, what's up,
Oh,
unk? I could do all that, right? We ain't gonna do no older folk day. We not gonna do that up in
No,
there.
that is totally
I know a
fair.
few grades probably, but we ain't gonna do no older folk day.
And that is
Listen,
fair. But my thing is, it's more of like trying to.
You're
get
right
the,
though. But
because
you're right
sometimes
though.
it's getting
One
y'all to
thousand
listen to
right.
One of the
them.
things you have to do is I always tell folks you got to meet people where they are. You got to listen.
Yeah.
Man. And so, like I said, man, I mean, I'm 37, so I'm not. I have three.
I'm 32. You know.
So I
All
have,
right, well, I'm old folk. I'm 42, so I'm old folk then.
nah,
Okay, I
but
get
you're
it.
right. Well, we got to listen. I mean, these folk right here.
Because that's the thing, right? Like people are always
But
coming
listen,
to him.
let me tell you
but people
why
are
you're
always
right.
coming to like work with the kids, and they're not listening.
Here's the difference. I've been an activist since 13 years old.
Yeah.
My shoulder was broken in the South Bronx, Melrose Projects, where I grew up, by the police officers, and that birthed my activism. I was Reverend Sharpton's National Youth Director for 6 years, built his youth division. I've been championing this fight for a long time. This is not nothing new to me. What I love now is that what we experienced 2 summers ago, and I watch young people stand up in ways I hadn't seen in my lifetime yet, I realized at this moment in this time, we can actually help this generation guide that energy. Be clear, I said earlier, every revolution that happened came because young people led it.
Yes.
Period, the end. But the beautiful thing about having wisdom and having people who understand the process, we can help guide that energy. That's real talk.
And it's also the wisdom to step aside and let these young folks
no
lead
question.
the way.
I'm trying to step aside. Listen,
How
man.
about
Everybody,
that?
listen.
How about that?
Yeah. We
How
ready.
about that?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm always down for your spot. I'm always down for your spot. Bakari Sellers, Prophet, thank you so
Yes.
much for joining us.
Thank you.
And actually, I think it's apt. We're about to go into Drake Yoderuda, who beat a fraudulent case that was put against him for murder, and he actually beat. He's out right now performing here.
Yes.
Shout out to him. So Rolling Loud LA, get some W's in the chat. We'll be back soon. Black Music Action Coalition, Bakari Sellers, Jacques Morel. See y'all soon.